up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match preview for Barcelona versus Real Valladolid in La Liga. We are back in league action. I think the last game before the transfer window ends, and of course, when the transfer window ends, we're going to be having games every other day, 2 a week, 3 a week. So this is Barcelona's time to pick up 3 vital points. Of course, in our first 2 games, only have 4 points, not terrible, but could be way better. Again, a must-win game for Barcelona to keep up with those teams in the top of La Liga. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 300 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Kickoff time for this match will be taking place at 7:30 p.m. local time, so we do have the early kickoff this weekend, and this match will be taking place at the Spotify Camp Nou. And the referee for this match has also been confirmed. On the pitch will be Ricardo Borges, and on the VR will be Jaime Later. Let's start off by taking a look at the league table. Barcelona are currently sat in 5th place in La Liga on 4 points after playing 2 matches. We have 1 win and 1 draw. I believe top of the table right now is Villarreal by 1 goal difference. Real Madrid sat in 2nd place. They won both their games, 6 points in total. Atletico Madrid have won 1, lost 1. They're 3 points right now, but 1 point behind us. And Sevilla, I don't know what the hell is going on with them. They are on 1 point right now, 3 points behind us. They have 1 draw and 1 loss as well. So again, still tight with those top 4 teams on default. Again, other teams can come into the frame, but right now I want to focus on the top 4 teams on paper. Again, 2 points off Real Madrid. It's going to be difficult now to catch up to them until, the Clásico. Keep in mind this season, the first Clásico is at the Santiago Bernabeu, and it will be fairly early as well. I believe it's the beginning of October, so that'll be coming in thick and fast as well. If you take a look at our opponents and who they'll be facing this weekend, Sevilla will travel to Almira, Real Madrid will travel to Espanyol, and Atletico Madrid will travel to the Mestalla. That's 3 big away games for the top other 3 teams aside from Barcelona. By the way, I have no idea why, but Real Madrid's first 3 matches in the league have all been away from home. They're probably doing renovation at the Santiago Bernabeu, but this will give them an advantage, of course. They have to get those top away games out of the way, play them right now. Again, this is a good opportunity here for Barcelona. If we win our game, someone here definitely will drop points in my opinion. I'll be shocked if all 3 teams win. I'm looking at Atletico Madrid and Sevilla more specifically. I think Real Madrid comfortably will beat Espanyol, but I think last season they lost their 2-0, so keep that in mind as well. So this could be a big opportunity for Barcelona to make up some ground in the league table. If you take a look at our opponents in Real Valladolid and where they're currently standing in the league table, they're currently sat in 17th in La Liga on 1 point. After playing 2 matches, they have 1 draw and 1 loss. Of course, right now, too early to call, but theoretically on paper, they're 1 spot away from the relegation zone. Being a newly promoted team, of course, need some time to, embed in La Liga. Then after probably 10 or 12 games, you can really tell whether they be mid-table or bottom. But at the moment, they're 1 spot off relegation. Let's now take a look at our opponents in Real Valladolid. Of course, they're one of the 3 newly promoted teams this season. Congrats to them. They're owned by Ronaldo Nazario, R9. I think he owns 80 or 82% of the club. Again, newly promoted. It's going to be, very difficult to see if they're good or not. The last time we played them, of course, I think was under Koeman at the Camp Nou, that last minute Ousmane Dembele goal, where I think we thought we were going to win the league, but then of course we balled it against Granada at home. But anyways, getting off track there. Real Valladolid, newly promoted, but let's take a look at their last 6 games in all competition. In the last match, they drew 1-1 with Sevilla. They lost 3-0 to Villarreal. They beat Lazio on penalties in preseason. They drew 0-0 with Rayo Vallecano in preseason. They beat some team 2-1 preseason. And they drew 0-0 with Burgos in preseason as well. But let's take a look quickly at their first 2 games in the league. Firstly, they didn't get off to a good start at home. 3-0 loss to Villarreal. Again, that's going to be difficult to win. They play in the 4-1-4-1 formation, but I think when they're defending, it's a 4-4-2. Of course, low block, deep block, defense, counterattack. That's what all these lower teams do. All they want to do is survive 1 or 2 years, get the money they need, and then they go back down eventually. So nothing you can really tell from this Villarreal match. But the second match was a 1-1 draw with Sevilla away at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. This was a big upset in the sense that Real Valladolid actually went toe-to-toe with Sevilla. They played a more attacking formation, 4-3-3. Again, that red card was near the end of the match. Them and I think it was Acuna. They got into a little fight. Both got a red card. Whatever. But again, from Real Valladolid in this match, they actually competed very well with Sevilla's midfield. Of course, that midfield battle, very, very important in La Liga. And they actually You could say they won it, but I would say it's more so a draw, and that would in that match. Again, their wingers are very, very strong in this match, and their defensive partnership had a solid game as well. So that's definitely something that Barcelona have to look out for. But again, a good point for Real Valladolid away at Sevilla. So overall, final thoughts on Real Valladolid. Again, they're your typical lower opposition team in La Liga. Park the bus, counterattack against the big teams, and just hope for the best. Hope luck is on their side during the match. Their manager is Jose Rojo Martin, also known as Pacheta. That's his like nickname, kind of like Pep, Josep Guardiola, kind of like that. He's not a good manager, I'm going to be completely honest. He got, I think, Huesca and another team relegated, but he got Real Valladolid promoted last season, so you can take that into effect. Maybe he's done better, he's improved, but on paper in La Liga, not a really good coach, I'll be honest. But some players to look out for Real Valladolid, there is quite a few. Firstly, Sergio Asensio in goal, formerly of Villarreal, very, very good goalkeeper. Escudero, of course, the former captain and left back of Sevilla, he signed this summer, very, very strong. Monchu, of course, a former Barcelona player we sold under Kessie in the 2021 summer. I know for a fact he wants to roll up to the Camp Nou, put in a good performance, and show his quality. Their midfield, Roque Mesa, who most likely will be the captain in this match, very, very experienced and strong midfielder. Up front, they do have some threats. Firstly, Sergi Guardiola. I don't know why. Every time he's Barcelona, he ends up scoring. Keep your eyes on him. And also their actual better striker, Wiseman. He's very, very experienced in the league. I think the last time they were in the league, he got double figures in goals or close to it. And also Sergio Leon, former winger of Real Betis, very, very strong as well. They also signed a new center back today, I believe, Fidel, the Moroccan center back from Sporting Lisbon. He's very strong as well. I don't know if he's got registered quite yet, but keep your eyes on him if he plays this match. Overall, again, team of experience, young players, but mostly experience, of course, with a team like Valladolid. You want experience, you can, stay in the league and get that extra money. But again, they do have definitely threatening players in this match, and that's something that Barcelona have to look out for. Let's now discuss some of the news in regards to, of course, registration of the players. As you all know, there is only one Barcelona first team player who is not registered in La Liga quite yet, and that is Jules Kounde. But he will be registered before the match tomorrow against Real Valladolid. The club have done it. Now you might be wondering, I mean, we sold no one. The only person who's left from last week until now is Umtiti on loan. How the hell did we register Kounde? The situation is unbelievable, so much so that we could register Kounde, and also Barcelona have the margin to register another fullback with a 3 million to 4 million euro net salary. So right now Barcelona are going to register Jules Kounde, and they also have enough room to register a fullback as well without any exits. So here's what happened. The club reviewed the numbers and reviewed the paperwork of the leavers and the salary reductions, all that sort of stuff, and they said that, look, La Liga, there is enough room to register Kounde. You guys made a mistake. La Liga look at it and they're like, damn, you're right. So theoretically speaking, Kounde could have been registered 2 weeks ago. He could have been on the bench of Rayo Vallecano. He could have been on the pitch against Real Sociedad. But in the end, La Liga absolutely screwed us over. Miro also came out saying the reinterpretation of one of the clauses of the last lever and the interpretation of some variables of Umtiti's loan deal is what made Barcelona have that fair play to sign Kounde, and a little more as well for a fullback. So I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And also David Ornstein from The Athletic, of course, #1 source in the world right now, he's come out saying that Barcelona have registered Pablo Torre in the Barcelona Athletic squad rather than the first team, and reduced some add-ons in some contracts for some players to register Jules Kounde. Mundo Deportivo also came out saying that Barcelona removed some bonuses from Frankie de Jong's contract as well to make up some extra room. So somehow, some way, the club have done it. Kounde will be registered. It's been confirmed by every single journalist in the world. As I'm uploading this video, he's not officially registered quite yet, but full confidence he will be. And again, Barcelona did not need those exits. No Aubameyang, no Memphis, no Frankie, none of that stuff that we had to do. Kounde is registered with the exit, of course, of Samuel Umtiti. So fantastic news. Last registration is out the way now. And again, keep in mind, we still have room for another fullback as well. Time now to get into Xavi's press conference reaction. To the press conference this morning, of course, he was asked a lot of great questions by the media today. And this is the most honest press conference I have seen from any Barcelona manager. He was straight up, answered every single question bluntly. it was unbelievable in my opinion. So let's get in and see what he had to say. Started by saying that we admire Pacheta here a lot. He's brave and offensive, and tomorrow it will be a difficult game. They tied with Sevilla last weekend. We're up against Valladolid, a team that does very, very well. Then he was asked, of course, about the registration of Jules Kounde, the first question of the press, and he said that we are sure that Jules Kounde will be able to play tomorrow. Absolutely fantastic. He was then asked about his reaction to the Champions League draw that took place on Thursday. And it's very interesting for Xavi. He came out and said that we had a very difficult draw in the Champions League, probably the most difficult one in the last 20 years. We're going to compete very well. The goal is to go through, but the difficulty is very severe. Which I think he's just pretty much saying straight up, we're in the group of death. Is going to be, hell. But our goal is to make it out as the leaders of the group. He then asked, of course, about the mercado. He said that many things can happen in the remainder of the market, but I'm desperate for it to end as soon as possible. Welcome on the boat, Xavi. He then asked about Alejandro Balde possibly starting the match tomorrow. He said that Alejandro Balde, let's see tomorrow. He's playing very well with a lot of personality. He's capable of defending his area and attacking, creating superiorities. Let's see if he's capable. He's a player of the present and the future of the club, and it's not easy also to do it at his age as well. Then asked about the exit of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Said that, look, Aubameyang, I don't rule out any situation. I take everything into account, and we'll have to see what happens. Then asked about Marc-Andre ter Stegen's leadership in this squad and how he is in the dressing room as well. That ter Stegen has a very different type of leadership. He's seriousness, discipline, professionalism. When he speaks, he makes himself heard, and last season without being valued, he saved us on several games as well. Then asked about the possible loan deal of Pablo Torre. Of course, in the media saying that Pablo Torre to Racing Santander on loan is now officially off, and Xavi pretty much confirmed that as well. He said that, look, I spoke with Pablo Torre. I think that if he stays, he will do well here. This is Barcelona. It's difficult to get minutes, but he is working well. The option of Racing was discussed, but here at Barcelona, he can learn more. There's going to be so many games, and there is a good chance that he gets some minutes, and I think that should be the best for him if he continues. So I guess Xavi now is recommending that Pablo Torre stays here instead of going to Racing Santander. So again, we'll wait and see. But last few days of the mercado, you never know. Again, he's asked about Jules Kounde. He said that, look, about his registration, of course. He said that it has been and it's still being very difficult to register players, but we are optimistic about registering Jules Kounde for tomorrow. It's all a matter of numbers, of balancing financial fair play. I think Xavi doesn't know as much as the media. Of course, the media is saying that, look, 1,000% he will be registered, no problem whatsoever. But Xavi is saying, look, it's still difficult. Negotiations are ongoing right now with La Liga. But in the end, we are full of optimism that Kounde will be registered tonight. Worst case scenario, early tomorrow morning. And then he was asked about the signing of Bernardo Silva. And again, Xavi was just straight up honest. He said, look, I'm hopeful, of course, but we know it's going to be difficult because there's only a few days left in the window. And with the current situation, I see it very, very difficult. So he's saying, look, I hope it happens. Still possible, but going to be very, 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 very difficult. He's then asked about the full back position, saying, look, it's very, very clear you want a left back or a right back. If you had to choose one, which one would you prioritize? You want both a right back and a left back. He said that looking at the situation of Alejandro Balde's projection, also we have Jordi Alba as well, it seems that we are well covered in the left back position. On the right hand side, the only natural right back that we have is Des, and we already know the situation, of course. We'll see how the market develops, but we do want to further strengthen that position. So Xavi's pretty much saying that, look, in the left back position, I'm okay right now. We can make some upgrades, someone leaves on loan, Balde, whatever. I'm okay with left back right now. But right back, we only have Des naturally, and he knows the situation, i.e. I want him to go. So Xavi's saying I prefer and I prioritize a right back over a left back, which for me, very, very interesting. Then he was asked about Braithwaite's situation. In the media over the past 24 hours, the rumors have been that Martin Braithwaite is on the verge of terminating his contract with Barcelona. Xavi said that, look, Braithwaite has a valid contract with Barcelona, but he knows since May the 17th that I don't count on him whatsoever. It's now up to him and the club to negotiate what's going to be next, which of course he means right now the club and Braithwaite are in advanced negotiations for the termination of his contract. So there you have it. Since May the 17th. My freaking god. He's then asked about the situation of Gerard Pique as well. Of course, it's going to be, we have a lot of center backs at the club. He's not getting any minutes. Xavi said, look, I spoke with Pique before the holidays. I told him that we're going to be having a lot of competition and we're going to be making a lot of signs in the defense and that it wouldn't be easy for him. But we've only played 2 games and no assessment can be made quite yet. He can help us in another role, and in the end, everything will depend on him. So he's pretty much saying that, look, I've, brought in upgrades on Pique. He decided to stay. I'm okay with him staying. He can be, the leader in the dressing room, on the bench, whatever it may be, play here and there. If we have injuries, he can come in. I think this pretty much means that Pique is going to retire at the end of the season. I think I cannot see him staying past this season if he does not play that much when you come, November time, or playing, every other week, every other day with the World Cup and all that sort of stuff. That's when Pique will become valuable. So I'm sniffing here that Pique is done this season, but you never know. And finally, Xavi was asked about Marcos Alonso and his signing. He said that, look, on Marcos Alonso, all possibilities exist. Nothing can be ruled out. We can sign 5 players, sell 20. I have no idea what will happen. Anything is possible in the rest of the time in the transfer window. And that concluded Xavi's press conference reaction ahead of the match against Real Valladolid tomorrow. Let's now get into the lineup predictions. We're going to start with the manager, of course, Xavi Hernandez. I'm going to try my best for this lineup. I think it will be actually very easy to predict, especially after that midweek charity match against Man City, where he made a lot of rotation, giving some hints about his lineup. And I think I'll go with this lineup on the screen right now. I think I'll go with Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Araujo, Kounde, Christensen, and Alejandro Balde, midfield 3 of Busquets, Gavi, and Pedri, and a front 3 of Ousmane Dembele, Lewandowski, and Ansu Fati. Again, from the lineup against Man City, you can clearly tell that a lot of these players will be starting this match. I think the only big question right now is the right back position. Will he go to Araujo, which I think he will do, or Sergi Roberto? Have Miguel from AES, of course, the lineup leaker guy. He's come out saying that Roberto will start, but I have a funny feeling that he won't. We'll wait and see. Again, another question mark for me is that midfield on the right-hand side. Busquets and Pedri will 100% start. The question is, who will be the other midfielder? Gavi, Kessie, or Frankie de Jong? I think it's between Gavi and Frankie de Jong, and with de Jong starting against Man City, I think we'll go with Gavi. Front 3 as well, I think the big question mark is probably Ansu Fati. I think Ousmane and of course Lewa will both start. They did not play against Man City whatsoever. Ansu, we're still hearing that he can start, the match, but it's, better that he doesn't for now. So we could see Raphinha, we could see, the golden boy Ferran as well. But that's why I think that Xavi Hernandez will select for this match. But of course, let me know in the comments below what you think Xavi will go with. Now I'm going to show you guys my lineup, what I would do if I was a Barcelona coach, and I have made a few changes from Xavi's lineup. I've got this lineup on the screen right now. I would go Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Roberto, Araujo, Kounde, and Alejandro Balde, midfield 3 of Busquets, de Jong, and Pedri, and a front 3 of Ousmane Dembele, Lewandowski, and Ansu Fati. First change, I've dropped Christensen for Roberto. I would go with Roberto. I think he played very, very well against Man City, and that for me deserves a start. I think you can put Kounde right back, Araujo, Christensen, Roberto is clear of all 3. Although he's not the top quality right back that we do need, he's not a long-term, right back, but for now, he's definitely the best that we have, and I am absolutely mouth-watering to see this Araujo-Kounde partnership. We have not seen it yet. I'm excited to see that, and of course, Alejandro Balde at left back. Midfield 3, I have gone de Jong over Gavi. I still have this feeling that this Pedri-Gavi midfield just doesn't work in my opinion. I feel like they're too similar. Of course, Gavi has that roughness to him, that, that dog in him, so to speak, but I still think they're both very similar players. If you give Pedri that, dog mentality, I think you basically have the two same players. So for me, I'll go with de Jong again against Man City. He was absolutely fantastic, and he was my man of the match during the game, and I would start him in this match. Finally, the front 3, Dembele, Lewa, and Ansu. Of course, Dembele, Lewa, 100% will start this match. Big question is Ansu Fati. If he's fully fit to start, if the medical staff tells me he can start, I would start him, but if I cannot, if he needs, a bit more time, I would start Raphinha ahead of Ferran Torres. Although I do think that Xavi will probably pick his golden boy Ferran or Raphinha, but personally, I would start Raphinha if I cannot start Ansu Fati, and that's not that I would select for this match. But of course, let me know down in the comments below, would you rather pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup? Time now for my score prediction. What do I believe the result will be in this match? I am very, very confident of a Barcelona win. I will go Barcelona win this match by 3-0, although we could see a Rayo Vallecano 2.0. I'd not be shocked by seeing that, but again, after that big, intense, high-pressure match against Man City, I feel that the team will be ready to fire, ready to go, and of course, after the big win at the end of what against Sociedad as well, I see nothing but Barcelona win here. Although I can't see us losing, but I do think a draw is definitely possible. I'll probably go 75, probably like 90% win. 10% draw. I think that draw is there if Rayo Vallecano sit deep, defend well, don't let Barcelona create too many chances. That could be a big problem for us. But overall, we start the right team, right players, go full force at the beginning, high intensity, high pressure. I have no doubt Barcelona will win, and I will go Barcelona win this match by 3-0. But of course, let me know your score predictions down in the comments below. So that was my match preview for Barcelona versus Real Valladolid in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing on our firstly is your score prediction, and secondly, on those lineups. Firstly, would I pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup? What do you think Xavi would go with? What would you go with? You're the manager. Leave me all your thoughts down below. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along. Set the reminder on the screen and come and join me and watch the game with me. Follow for the match, my match review. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Nothing but the 3 points. Take care and Forza Barca.